Alright, so you've just jumped into Delta Force and you're staring at the weapons menu thinking, wow, there are a lot of guns here, but why can't I use most of them yet? That's because in Delta Force, weapons unlock as you level up, and the higher you go, the more toys you get to bring into battle. It's like a little reward system for grinding. Push through the missions, get XP, and suddenly, that gun you've been eyeing is finally yours. It's a pretty satisfying loop, and it definitely keeps you coming back for more matches. But here's the thing. Just because you're stuck with the early weapons at level 1 doesn't mean you're doomed. Some of these starting guns can absolutely hold their own if you know how to use them right. The trick is figuring out which ones punch above their weight and can help you rack up kills while you're still a rookie. That's exactly what we're diving into today. The best level 1 weapons in Delta Force and why they're worth pulling the trigger on. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. Alright, let us talk about the M870 shotgun in Delta Force. On paper, it sounds like a dream for close quarters combat. It packs a serious punch with every single shot, and if you manage to get up close to an opponent, it can absolutely delete them in an instant. The problem? Well, that power comes at a cost, and the cost here is speed. The firing rate just is not fast enough to keep up with the chaos of these massive maps, and that is the big issue with the M870. In theory, shotguns are fantastic for tight spaces and ambushes, but in Delta Force, those moments are rare. Most of the time, you will be engaging enemies at medium to long range. That is where this weapon really struggles. By the time you close the gap to make use of its damage, your opponent has probably already taken a few shots at you from a safe distance. So while the M870 is not a bad gun by any means, it is just not the most practical choice for a level 1 weapon. In these huge battles, you are far better off with something more versatile like an assault rifle. Those give you the range, the speed, and the consistency you need to survive. The M870 might look tempting, but in most matches, it is going to spend more time on your back than in your hands. The Uzi submachine gun in Delta Force is all about speed and mobility. If you want to zip around the map and surprise enemies at close range, this thing will make you feel like an action movie star. It spits out bullets in rapid succession, and if you catch someone off guard, they will not have much time to react before they are down. For those quick hit-and-run plays, the Uzi absolutely delivers. However, the Uzi comes with some serious limitations. Outside of close quarters, it starts to feel pretty underwhelming. The damage just is not there for longer distances, and you will find yourself wasting a lot of ammo trying to land shots that barely scratch the enemy. Even those desperate last-second attempts to pick someone off from afar usually end up being more frustrating than successful. Because of that, the Uzi is really a one-trick pony in Delta Force. It shines in very specific scenarios, but it cannot handle the variety of situations the game throws at you. Unless you are absolutely committed to a close-range playstyle, you will probably find yourself wishing for something more versatile, like an assault rifle or even a light machine gun, to keep you effective in every fight. The Mini 14 Marksman Rifle in Delta Force is your go-to option if you want to consistently tag enemies from a safe distance. Unlike most of the early game weapons, this one is actually built for long-range engagements. Whether you are crouched behind cover or lying prone on a hill, the Mini 14 lets you keep pressure on opponents without having to move in too close. Its base range is solid, and with the right attachments, it can become an even more effective tool for keeping enemies at bay. That being said, the Mini 14 does not hit as hard as you might expect from a marksman rifle. It is more of a slow burn than a knockout punch. You can land multiple shots in a row, but unless your target is already weakened, it can feel like it takes forever to actually finish the job. This makes it a bit frustrating in situations where you need to drop someone quickly before they can retaliate. Overall, the Mini 14 is a decent pick if you are set on playing the long-range game right from the start. It is reliable for suppressing enemies and picking off distracted targets, but it is not going to give you that satisfying high-damage payoff you might expect. If you're looking for pure stopping power, you might want to hold out for a sniper rifle later on in the game. The M249 light machine gun in Delta Force is the definition of overwhelming firepower. If you want to keep enemies pinned down while your team pushes forward, this is the weapon for you. It spits out an absurd number of bullets in a short period of time, making it perfect for suppressing opponents or tearing into vehicles that stray too close. In the right hands, it can completely change the flow of a battle by giving your squad the breathing room they need to advance. Of course, all that firepower comes with its drawbacks. The M249 is not exactly the easiest weapon to handle. Its recoil can get pretty wild if you hold down the trigger for too long. On top of that, the reload time is painfully slow. Get caught trying to feed a fresh belt of ammo into this beast at the wrong moment, and you might not live to finish the job. That said, when you use it in the right situations, the M249 can be an absolute game changer. It is not the most mobile or versatile option, but for locking down lanes, suppressing key positions, or creating chaos in the enemy's ranks, it does the job better than almost anything else available at level 1. Just make sure you have cover and a plan before you start unloading. The M16A4 assault rifle in Delta Force is about as steady and dependable as they come. It is the last assault rifle you unlock at level 1, and while it may not steal the spotlight, it definitely earns its keep. Thanks to its 3-round burst fire mode, you get excellent accuracy and very low recoil, which makes it easy to land consistent hits on your target. The trade-off is that each burst is a little lighter on raw damage, so it often takes a couple of bursts to finish the job. The funny thing is, the problem with the M16A4 is not really a problem at all. It is just that the rifle is, well, a little plain. It does not have a flashy gimmick or a standout specialty compared to the other assault rifles you can grab at level 1. The others might pack a bit more punch or feel more aggressive in certain situations, which can make them seem more exciting to use. Still, if you like precision and control, the M16A4 is a fantastic pick. It is versatile enough to hold its own in a variety of situations, and with the right attachments, it can quietly become one of your most reliable tools in battle. It might not make you feel like a gunslinging hero, but it will get the job done. And in Delta Force, that can be all you need. The AKS-74 assault rifle in Delta Force is all about raw stopping power. It might have the slowest firing rate of any level 1 assault rifle, but every bullet that leaves the chamber hits like a truck. You will not be spraying the same volume of rounds as other rifles, but the trade-off is that your shots do significantly more damage. If you land your hits, you can drop enemies faster than they expect, making it a real threat in mid-range firefights. Of course, that power comes with a catch: recoil. The AKS-74 can feel a bit wild when you try to fire in longer bursts, which means accuracy can suffer if you are not careful. Thankfully, this is where attachments come in. A good muzzle, stock, and grip can completely change how this rifle handles, making it much easier to control and far more consistent in battle. All things considered, the AKS-74 is an excellent choice if you prefer precision over pure spray and pray gameplay. It thrives when you take your time, pick your shots, and make every bullet count. Just avoid leaning too heavily on it for long-range engagements, and you will find it to be one of the most rewarding level 1 weapons in the game. The Kar-15 assault rifle in Delta Force is the ultimate all-rounder for level 1 players. It has the perfect balance of range, damage, and handling, making it capable of thriving in almost any situation. Whether you are trading shots at medium range or pushing up close for a more aggressive fight, the Kar-15 has you covered. This versatility is exactly what makes it the top pick for early game loadouts, giving players the best shot at success while they are still leveling up. One of the best things about the Kar-15 is how beginner-friendly it is. The recoil is easy to manage, the accuracy is reliable, and it does not require any complicated playstyle to be effective. You can jump into a match, pick up this rifle, and immediately feel comfortable using it. And the more you use it, the more you realize it can keep up with almost any weapon you will unlock later in the game. Of course, attachments can push it even further. Want to play at range? Throw on a scope and a longer barrel. Prefer fast, aggressive pushes? Equip a red dot sight and a stock that improves handling. No matter your approach, the Kar-15 adapts perfectly. For new players and even veterans, it is hard to find a better level 1 weapon in Delta Force. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.